feel the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive?
Owner having a much more successful early game here. The top side of T1, obviously, all jokes aside, are in a great spot. Doku was holding the wave to try to get farm, but problem is, he is up here by himself once again. Does thin that wave, but on the next one, they're going to look to dive, and I just don't think that Doku can really do much about it realistically.
Well, we'll see. Right now, he wants to step forward, try to clear out some of that wave a little bit, but Doran immediately popping the Dominus as Owner's ready to try to show up. Dives in with the audacious charge, public execution from Dokla. Owner's gonna die to the turret shot. Dokla stays alive for now. Doran's gonna try to pick this one up a little bit, but Doran's gonna die as well. Big Dokes! 2 for 1 in the top lane.
I'm sorry for doubting you, Dokla. Bollywood Bin in the top lane takes him down.
Alright, Genji set up now for this Cloud Dragon. Delight off to the side, wanting to try and make this helicopter work for him. If this Keeper's Verdict lands, it could be such a big deal. Chains of Corruption, he's going to start this fight as Peanut. Crescent Guard there to keep himself safe. And now the flash in! He gets the turret! He managed to cancel it! Public Execution is still going to be able to find Zeus away into the backline, but the Cataclysm is there from Canyon to buy the space, and Zeka goes down! Zeus is going to follow suit, and he tried as he might, but Gen G are going to win out!
Duro connects a beautiful hook. After Peanut gets chunked out, you're going to see it here. The disengage, the hook onto Zeka as the shockwave connects as well. Just beautiful layering of CC. The fact that Peanut gets a smite in the midst of all of that is just absolute chaos.
You might think of tempo and like tempo. No, not that.
It's not actually like that. It's just a vibe of who's in the better position. And right now, Peanut not in a great position as Arcane Shift from Doggo getting so many of these Mystic shots down. Viper trying to kite it out, has that Q activated, and he has to flash to move himself out of the area. Battle Dance to save to life, and Doggo snipes down Viper and will be able to answer that first kill.
Doran's going to be the first to see what's going on here. Quid not going to hit Abscond Abduct. T1 needs to try to approach this. The Baron is dropping again, down to half HP already. Owner over the wall. River has been winning the smite fights here so far in this game. 100 Thieves looking to peel away now as Ayla charges in for the headbutt pull, but it's not going to connect. Ayla now going to be the target here with the Redemption coming down, but Carry is first to die. 100 Thieves already have the first kill. River's going to the back line. He wants Faker and Goma. T1's killed River, but what about the rest of the fight? Quid into the back. Faker staying alive, trying to kite him out. Doku with a little bit more damage, but he's down. 100 Thieves overstep, and T1 have been the best team in the world so many years for exactly this reason.
100 Thieves thought they had their moment, and T1 just turned it around on them. Look at this engage from them. They're able to go in. The flash from Guma to avoid the combo from Ayla, but then the re-engage from River. It's looking so good for them as T1 goes into the blender. They knock down Guma, and you're thinking, this is the time. This is where they're going to win. But Owner comes back up with a GA, and look at Doran. Faker gets the stasis off at no HP, and Doran just crushes them.
FBI flashes into melee range of the Renekton. The flick gets all three, and Doran's like, welcome to the meat grinder.
I mean, I'm personally very worried about a Hui level 16. You get the extra rank in that ultimate for Cream, and the team fights are just so hard to play for everybody except for Hansama, because the rest of G2 are going to be clumping.
The Brav going a little bit wide, but now he's just completely isolated himself. Flat forward with the play. Broken Blade ready to come over the wall immediately into the back line, but Jackie Love is still standing for now, untouched. Broken Blade trying to move forward, but 369 perfectly interrupts. Jackie Love shift back over the wall, now able to free fire, but Hansam is firing back just as well. Trap down, Redemption coming in. The Caitlyn needs to make the difference, but it's 369 into the back line with the triple.
Caps is going to run for his life, but 369 still on the hunt. Even though Caps survives, it does not matter.
Doran and Owner seriously injured as AL head over to Baron.
Now that is some good defense. AL got exactly what they want. They stall the Baron, they get you off, they then get the mid tower, and now they're gonna force T1 to come to them.
And T1 are ready to answer the challenge. Faker with a teleport ready to join up as immediately the engage comes out from Tarzan. The target is Carrier. The Shanks inside everybody! Thanks in the back line as Gumayushi tries to get away. He's scattered, but he's knocked down by Tarzan. Faker scrambling as Kaya
chase after him. Doran's going to be the next target, and anyone's legend have forced the world champions back.
What an engage from anyone's legend! Tarzan does not hesitate. He pulls the trigger onto Keria as he approaches the pit, and it is Baron for anyone's legend.
Want to let them get this dragon. Want to get soul point themselves.
Faker's ulti available. Needs to hijack the ulti of Peter. Chip really starting to hurt onto Doran. Catch over the wall onto Cuz, the most fed member. They're immediately going to delete him, and the rest of KT trying to pull the trigger, but they can't quite find the angle. BDD, Doctum, they've got the range advantage. Peter waiting to peel for them if necessary. Perfect. Spots them in the darkness. The Tremor Sense showing him what he needs to see, but they've stopped moving or have moved out of range. He can't be certain now. The Q from Doran moving in. Peter still gets the ulti. It's a golden eclipse from BDD. A new dawn for KT in game 2, but T1 are unconcerned. Guma, Keria standing, the bot lane. Will it be enough? BDD trying to bite her back, but it's Gomayushi fearlessly advancing, ricocheting, tearing through the dreams of KT.
BDD, at least for TS's side, BDD used his flash offensively, and so they can kind of cope and be like, all right, well, there's no flash on Cassio. Maybe we can actually kill the Cassio. Is that possible?
All I'm saying is, it is concerning when you're playing Zed jungle and you look at the enemy mid laner and they didn't build as Zanyas. They're not even scared. There's not even an item or component leading towards the Seekers. That is how unconcerned BDD
Probably
is
going
about
like
the threat on
Rylai's
him.
or something next, but they're just going to burn this thing down.
Kanavi, 10k on the objective, have to keep eyes on Kanavi. He's the one that can make the steal happen. Immediate start to the fight is looking good as Cream is caught out. Redemption to hit him topped up, but most of TES is going to be splitting off. Peter going to use the Mikhails on himself to survive a little bit longer. In goes 369, trying to find the isolated target, but for now, BDD is untouched. The feathers fly as Jackie Love goes up and comes right back down. Triple kill for Docdown, and the isolated 1v1. 369 only find a brief moments for an honorable duel as KT cut him to pieces.
Quadra kill for Doctum this time around, and KT are staring straight at a 3-0 through Swiss. Let's take a look at the approach. Cassante teleported to mid-tower, so he's very far away. So TS are starting this 4v5, and so they engage from KT towards Cream, chunks him out and puts so much pressure. Even though Peter does go down, we get a huge petrifying gauge over the rest of them. Cream was already focused, Cream was already burned down, and then BDD came up with the petrifying gaze on everybody else.
Kanavi, you're just going to grand starfall in. You have no vision right now. Juro there to act as a bodyguard, and Genji back away from it. Farsight alteration was used in the pit. The vision once again denied by the control ward just sitting outside of it. Kanavi dashes in onto Keen, not really the target that you want. Meanwhile, the Solar Flare dives in onto Juro, who gets the quickness off, but it's only onto Leona. Hung already down, the corner of the portal coming out as well as Genji get one and immediately back away.
It's everything onto Duro, but Duro is so slippery he backs away. And now Genji continue to play back towards this Baron, teasing Top Esports.
Bait seal from Chovy doesn't connect, but Canyon does! Jackie Love is sent packing the Cataclysm onto Cream. He dives in but dies for it. 369 trying to flash away. Cannon can still flag and jag and chase this one down. Once again, try as you might, you just can't beat them. Genji are the best in the world right now.
Chovy coming in from one angle to force Jackie into reach of Canyon and Ruler to follow up. There was no hesitation. There was no chance for Top Esports. Genji refused to be denied playoff.
Confident positioning and movement from him.
Kanavi looking for the steal. Canyon does get it with the smite. It's going to be forced away here. Chovy low. Navi spear shots. Won't get it as the Soul Unbound pops Chovy underneath the tower and away, but he's losing minions to this turret and plates with Hung coming in to assist. Top Esports should be able to deny quite a lot of CS away from Chovy.
Yeah, double pots popped on the refillable to make sure that Chovy can survive this alongside the help from the Doran shield, but Kanavi, he wants one more. Flash over the wall is available.
He's going the other way. Comet Spear. Ooh, just short of Kanavi. Tickles his toes as Chovy jumping in there onto Green Canyon. Looking for it as well. And they get first blood. What was that, Chovy? Have a look at this, because you can see just short of Chovy, and then Cream jumps in thinking he can take the fight in Chovy. It's 100 HP. It's sub 100 HP. just enough to find the kill.
Owner waiting, hoping to catch out a member of KT, over eager, knowing how important it is for them to stop the Soul from going down. 20 seconds, a TP into the mid lane, maybe going to catch out Gumayushi here. But it's perfect. Again, this is the problem. No matter who TP's in, it's so effortless for T1 to just walk away.
Yeah, perfect. Guma is 2 levels up on the top laner.
Cuz caught out, isolated, immediate subjugate to try and stay standing, forced to flash back. BDD in the darkness! 3-man! But Storm to try to turn it right back! The ulti is decent, Carrier wants to turn it back with the hostile takeover. The goal deficit is just too massive. Even a miracle, even an incredible angle was not enough in the face of this T1 lineup! The triple, the quadra, T1 bringing us the silver scrape! Gumayushi hit by the scout of the week, but there is enough distance and the shielding from Keria to make sure that there's no follow-up from AL after.
Still, I like this from AL. See if they can find those picks. See if they can play off a vision. That's some damage onto Owner.
Yeah, they're going to commit onto the Doctor. Mundo! Shanks has killed him. Owner is dead. You want to talk about clutch moments? There you go. Tarzan and Flandra going forward. Faker's going to be caught. So much damage from AL. Faker about to die. Shanks in a rampage. Anyone's legend. 2 huge kills.
The soul is not enough when the heart of the LPL is with anyone's legend. They will move over towards the Baron as Shanghai erupts.
Doran, Keria, and Gumayushi, 3v5 if nothing else. They need to stop the Baron from going over to AL right now. Shanks on the side, no ulti available for the Syndra here just yet. Tarzan over the wall wants to go in after Keria. Infernal Chains are going to connect. This Seraphine is down. Tarzan is traded, but Doran has died too. It's Gumayushi against anyone's legend as he tries to kite and fight, but he's stunned. Good night, the kill for Shanks. AL delayed.
Baron now secured. The Nexus is in their eyes as they look to try and break the base.
Look at Doggo, he just got Torrent now, he's taking a 1v2. You know where this game's at. Ow! This dog, man! It's 6-0, Betty. What a game! About 60% health. Anyone's legend. They've still got control over the area for now. Another TP coming in, ready to reinforce HLE. Drake down to 3,500. Tarzan putting a little bit more damage into it. Like it's ground up. There's your Pop Blossom. Finds its way out of 2 as Kael has to try to get away with the Hextech. Drake has already been secured by anyone's legend. Viper goes on a killing spree. Tarzan goes back over the wall. And Viper goes in. The killer instinct of the HLE AD carry is ready to rip some heads off. It's a triple for Viper. It's about to be a quadra. Flandra takes one back, and Viper takes revenge.
Look at this 3-person combo. So, Kael goes in, he's trying to keep the Jarvan out. Okay, they get the dragon. Delight says, that's fine. I go in with my flash. I get 3 for the knockup to set up Viper here. So, he got Hope initially. They force Hope's flash. As soon as Viper sees that, goes all in. They can chase on through. Really good engage there from HLE to get the extra kills, and Viper collecting all of them here, collecting all of this money. That's exactly where they want it all.
Cuz is 16, that is massive for the Mundo. Did get there before this final fight.
Dogdam just finished his Guardian Angel as well. He's on his way out of the base, so it's going to take him a little bit of time to arrive here. Cuz steps forward. As the Mundo, he's going where he pleases right now. BDD, BDD, BDD! He's looking for the flank, and here comes BDD! Miasma onto Juro, Genji forced up towards the top side of the fight. The face call onto Peter, handshake going wide, calling out, hostile takeover used as well. And KT haven't found the engage that they wanted out of this as Genji begin to turn it around. A good wall, but Perfect breaks it. Slams his noggin in the gate against it and cracks it in twain. Genji still looking for the fight here as BDD once again is on the flank.
Yeah, BDD looking for the flank, but Perfect already got low, and Cuz has no ult now. Chovy just controlling that space beautifully. Genji have a chance here. They're trying to buy time for the Orange to TP back.
It's a last stand here from Genji, desperately trying not to give it over, but there we go, Orange back. His cooldown still available.
Chovy on the flank, Blast going down, Cuz cleansed away with them. Mikhail's Canyon in the pit, Cuz has to flash. As they look for the engage, Canyon going in, Cuz in the middle of the pit as well. The redemption coming out from Genji. Cuz trying to get out of that obsession. The Morning Mist landing on towards the back line. The Elder down to 7,000. Good stun coming out. The corner of the port got Juro blocks. The Glacial Fisher out as well. The Elder secured as KT. They get it, and Dogdam it's flashing forward. Ruler rules no longer. KT clean up the fight and now march down mid.
timing on that Emperor's Divide was just gorgeous from Quad. As we're right into another team fight as now Bwimpo having to use that Q to try and get his health bar back, but Hans Sommer's just going to shut him down. The Deadly Flourish as well is trying to walk out, but Broken Blade stays alive. The Emperor's Divide is gigantic, and BB will go down. The Azir is taken as well, and G2 straight out of the replay, straight putting FlyQuest into the death chamber.
They need to have focus this time around. Last fight, they went for 2 angles at once, and they paid the price.
Flanks coming in. T1 entire topside missing Flash, that crucial cooldown, but their ultis will be there. 3 seconds on Doran. Gumayushi, the other player to keep your eye on as well. The ulti can do a lot of work. Doran going in, doesn't connect the hookshot wall dive, immediately CC'd. Exhaust coming in as well. Combo over the top from Guma! Finds 2! Exhaust as Carrier moves his way to the backline. Faker rains down from the sky. Locks up BDD! And obliterates the hope for KT roster!
They take out the only important member on KT. As it's...
Oh, look at the setup there. The Leona ultimate nailing its target.
And then BDD gets found by Carrier, locks him down, and that's Dragon. That's actually, they ran straight to Baron. I'm sure they got Dragon.
Chovy now in a great flank position with his ultimate available, and Keen on the left side. Gen.G with a nice setup. AL, how do they approach this?
They're asking the same question. Dragon going to be started again. Gen.G using Ruler, but he doesn't commit for the time being. Juro's taking a little bit of poke, but that's all it is. A little bit here from anyone's legend. As Chovy hovers around the outside, there's the Weaver's Wall to separate. Looking for the pick. Keen separates 2, but the Poppy ult will only find 1. It's onto Chovy for now, running in towards the Dragon, but it's at 4K. It ain't stealable as Keen pops the ulti. The all out there. He is getting poked down, and Shanks is sending away to the Supreme Display. Will find the mark on the side, and Ruler jumped in to a Poppy with a steadfast presence. Dragon stolen, and the fight for AL taken away. Kyle, this pick pays dividends.
The arena erupts as AL shut down Gen.G in the fight. Shanks is cautious of Chovy on the flank. This ultimate separates the fight, making it difficult for Ruler and Chovy to get involved. Canyon goes in, he gets chunked out. Oh, Ruler also gets caught off in the Kyle ulti, so he feels confident to go into the fight. Keen gets chunked out, he's forced to disengage. Chovy gets good damage. Ruler sees an angle when Duro goes in, but then he gets knocked up. The reaction by Kyle. The Baron is secured as well.
Gotta be one hell of an engage here from KT, and there is just, as we keep highlighting, there's just no vision. There's no surprise angle, so Gen.G will see this attack coming.
There's no words, nothing out on the map.
They just don't have an easy way to get it down as well. They don't have a tank to face check for the support to run behind, and they also don't have something like a Rakan decimating smash onto Cuz, caught out with that lack of vision. Keen with the roar of the Slayer finds his mark. BDD forced away towards the top side. Peter having to flash Duck Down underneath the tower. Pop Blossom from Peter will distract the rest of Gen.G. Cannon's going to go into the Guardian Angel, but the Angel's on his shoulder might be enough. Fate sealed from BDD onto the backline. They'll look for Ruler. Keen flashes. Get down, Mr. Ruler, as he blocks the shot from the ace in the hole. Decimating smash again. Perfect, looking for more. BDD going in with a Mortal Strike 3. Tries to get onto Ruler. The damage doesn't tick. Ruler still stands. A Keen will run for him. BDD finds another Ruler down. Just the mid lane is left alive. BDD versus Chovy. We've seen it so many times over the years.
Kyle and Hope approaching from mid. T1 forced back away from the Herald.
Yeah, I like that. You immediately just drop it. Just immediately leash the Herald for T1 because Faker can finish this bottom tower and then teleport in. They do.
Yeah, Carrier's going to be the target here from Kyle, but he's not going to go in any further. Blast Cone gets Kyle back away as Doran tries to escape. Tarzan punches him a couple times, but again, that's a very tanky Ornn. Herald's going to lose all patience. And we can see Faker using the teleport to make his way over to the fight now after claiming that tier 1 turret in the bottom lane. Shanks still has a TP, but he's held in mid by Faker because of the wave clear of the Victor. Faker went in the trade against Shanks as Tarzan trades with Keria and Gumayushi. T1 with control over the Herald as AL approach. Flandra's going to look for a target, potentially here for the death round. Herald down to 4K. Claw hits 2, but Flandra can't get any closer. Owner wants to take the objective. Paranoia's already gone out. Herald secured by Owner as the Ornhorn comes in, but only finds 1. Keria locks up Hope. Gumayushi into the back line, and the AL AD carries already down. Owner tries to flash away. Doran in the middle of everybody, but Flandra barely stays alive. He should surely die right after the shield falls and Owner kills him. Kael's on the run. T1's on the hunt. Everybody on AL's dropping. And T1 are absolutely demolishing the LPL team.
They can run, they can hide, but Top Esports cannot escape the nightmare that is T1. It was a 2 versus 1 that turned into a 4 versus 2. It's Faker Zonias.
Faker walks right towards the brush, but he's got the reaction time. Top Esports wanted to find their moment. Carry is wrapping around from the side. He wants to cut off the escape. Pop Blossom on 2. Doran chasing after Hong as Jackie Love is dead again. And Doran cuts the enemy support down. Only Kanavi is alive to tell the tale.